Hi, I'm Ian.
I'm Lauren, and we are two-thirds of the band CHVRCHES, and you're watching the AU Review.
Did road testing some of the songs in the earlier stages of this year and last year before the record was finished? Did that dictate in the end kind of what made it on at all? Was there any involvement in kind of what you did live that made that decision, or was it purely studio based, those decisions?
I think for us, we had written probably about half the record before we even put a demo online, so a certain amount of the work for the record was done by that point. But I think definitely some of the stuff, especially in the vocal performance and stuff, changed a bit after we'd gigged some of the songs. But I think it'll probably affect the live shows will probably affect the way we write the second record probably more than they have the first, just because before that, now I feel like there's two sides to the band. There's the live band and there's the band as a writing project, which is how it started. And I feel like we were still kind of figuring that out as we were making the first record. Whereas now I think there's the live stuff will maybe have informed what the band is, if that makes sense. We went existential again.
You mentioned, there's this whole marketing idea that, the single is now the form of music, not album. And one thing, though, that I think is more important than either of those things in the current scene with commercial play is the remix. And you guys have taken that on very well with your EPs. There's some great remixes on those tracks. And the special edition of the new record will have a couple of remixes added in there as well. How do you find those people that do those remixes? And I mean, are you involved in that process?
Yeah, I think we've been really lucky that the people who have remixed our stuff for the releases have been people that we're excited about as artists anyway. I know that Martin, who's not here, is especially involved in that kind of stuff because he likes going to those kind of clubs, and he's a big fan of Hudson Mohawk and Rusty and those kind of guys. So yeah, I think it's really interesting to see someone taking what you have made and making something completely new out of it. And I guess this is the first band I've been in where that's really been a possible thing to do because of the kind of music it is. So.
Yeah. And it's also a chance for, I guess, for your songs to be kind of recontextualized. Some of our, singles might not, as they are, stand up well in a club situation or a certain type of club. But if you have, someone reinvent it in that style, then great. It's still the song. The core of it is still the same most of the time. So I think it's a really positive thing. We tend to be quite hands-on with it.
As we mentioned before, you've got a big year ahead. Is there anything in particular looking forward to?
I'm really excited about playing these shows in Sydney, but also going to Japan next week. I think that's going to be great.
Summer Sonic.
Yeah. I think we're on the same bill as Metallica, which is going to be weird.
We watched Some Kind of Monster in the van on that last US tour, so note to self, don't take the piss out of that near them.
Fuck!
Just look at your face. Can we say fuck? Okay. It's done now. Just say fuck. Lars will not be our friend now.
That's fine. I can live the rest of my life without.
But no,
worrying
I'm
about
excited to play shows once people have heard the whole record. If that makes sense. I think it'll be interesting for people that come to the shows and for us just to kind of be like, okay, we're all on the same page. We all know what we have here.
No secrets.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think we got a couple of hometown shows in October, which would be fun because we've not played there since March, the very start of March, so that'll be good fun. And yeah, I guess we're back in Australia in 2014 for Laneway. I like that we're now allowed to say that because I accidentally told everyone. So yeah, I'm excited to do that and come back during your actual summertime, whereas this seems like summertime to me, but it's actually winter.
This is pretty nice. You missed the cold spell. You must have brought the good weather with you.
It's pretty uncommon, I think, for Scots to take good anything anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And it's such a crazy year ahead. Do you have any advice for other bands on similar touring schedules? Have you learnt how to cope with these massive days and early calls to airports?
I feel like every man for himself. You have to figure out what works for you to an extent. I don't know if we figured it out per se yet, but I think it's finding a balance between enjoying all these amazing experiences and making sure that you're not too fucking tired to do the show properly. So yeah,
lots of sleep and eating well and regularly. I think is you stay away from junk food, get some sleep. It's the best advice probably.
It's not very rock and roll, but I don't think you could do this kind of touring schedule and be punk as fuck. I don't think you could.
You just fit in the odd gin and it's... You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just gin in your bed before you sleep.
Sure, yeah.
That sounds a little depressing, but never mind, you know. Each to their own.
Great note to end it on. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Enjoy your stay, your very brief stay in Australia.
Yeah, till next time.